Yo, happy Tuesday, guys. Good to see you. Oh, man. What a couple weeks. You hear that? You hear that? It's bad news. I'm going to try not to cough into this microphone as much as I can. But, dude, there's something going around. I don't know if any of y'all out there are experiencing it, but, dude, whatever this respiratory thing is going through our family like crazy. I'm actually on the downhill on this bad boy, so, like, that's good to know. But I've been coughing my brains out. Oh, and just in case anybody was wondering, Cool Dads Club. We can't all be a part of it. But maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you can. No, dude, it's good to be here with you. Lots of stuff to catch up on. Basically, I hope you guys had a great Christmas, great holiday, all that good stuff. Dude, I've been off since Christmas Eve, and I don't go back till the 5th, which is really nice, but it's been such a busy time. One of those things that I've kind of always thought about and talked about, but I've never actually done it, is like, maybe I just need to like take from like Thanksgiving to New Year's and just like take it off and shut things down. I think there's a part of me that's like afraid to do that, but I don't know why. But it's just such a busy time. I was talking on the Discord, I was talking with Frodo. I was telling him it's like, for us, it's like Thanksgiving, and then that like goes straight into Christmas. And then my youngest, her birthday is 3 days after Christmas. Then we go into New Year's. And so it's just like, for us, it's almost like a mad sprint from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And then my birthday is like midway through January, which is not that big of a deal to tackle or whatever. But it's just like, dude, there's so much that happens in that season. So I think you know what I'm talking about. It's just a busy time. But dude, I'm glad to be here. I would have been live last week, but what you're hearing now, imagine that like 20 times worse. It's bad news. All right, let me see what we got on here. Dude, Shelf, what's up over on YouTube? Everyone's catching the sickness. Dude, everybody's down with the sickness. That's what it is. Wow. You are, hello, there's Robert Van Retro of Huntington. Good to see you, you are. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Dude, everybody's catching it except the Shelf. Dude, good for you, man. Stay out. Stay out as long as you can, dude. It's bad news. Electric visiting family, everyone has it, but my family, we shall see, dude. It's coming for you. It's coming for you. No, I won't put that curse on you, but dude, it's like Thanos, bro. It's inevitable. Dude, Jake, what's up, man? So in the club. Dude, are you feeling that? Are you feeling that as well? Dude, Zach in the chat, I think you're a cool dad, Rob. Thank you, my friend. This was from my youngest. They have this little thing at school where you can give them like $5 or $10 and then they take them through, and there's like a lot of little tchotchkes that they can buy for like the family. And so I got a Cool Dads Club, and then Mom got a Cool Moms Club, and I'm like, oh, this thing is so sick. I'm gonna rock this so hard. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Jake says, someone please smart me up. Do you control the ads that play on Twitch? Rob, every time I pull up your chat, I walk into at least one Taco Bell commercial. Dude, that's sick. Heck yeah, dude. At this point, I can't come to grips that it's a coincidence every time. I don't get to choose. We'll put it this way. Let me open up a window over here. I don't get to choose what ads run. Like I don't, or at least I don't think so. I don't think I can say, hey, like give me those sweet Taco Bell ads, and especially Jake. Like give Jake all the Taco Bell ads. I don't think I get to do that, but I think I can choose like genres And then I do have a little bit of control of like how often they'll go. That's something that's still kind of new to me. So I need to like learn some of the strategy behind that. Like it says that an ad is starting soon. And then it says if I run a 1 minute and 30 ad manually, it will remove the upcoming auto ad. Oh, okay. So like right now there's a 90-second ad running, but that's going to disable pre-roll ads for the next 30 minutes. So we'll just kind of chill for like the next 1 minute and 15 seconds. And then when everybody gets back, we'll keep trucking along. Electric says, my oldest birthday is a week before Christmas. Tough to have those back to back. Dude, heck yeah, dude. I know, dude, you know the life. You know what I'm talking about. That even seems harder because at least for us, it's like 3 days after Christmas and you want to have like some of that separation. And so we've gotten pretty good at like breaking down Christmas pretty much like the day after, or at least like a day and a half after, to make sure that it feels like its own thing, basically. So, yeah. But but that, dude, when it's before, that feels even tougher because it's like you either waiting till the last minute to do Christmas, or you gotta just it's a Christmas birthday. You have a Christmas themed birthday. Oh my gosh. Let me see here. Jake says, is that from a book fair? Bro, take me back. Dude, it kind of has that vibe. Like, that's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's almost like a book fair-esque thing. I think they call it Polar Pals. There you go. Yeah, I think they call it Polar Pals. And it really is. Like, it's a bunch of, like, this thing right here. This little koozie was probably, like, $5. Maybe $7.50 or something. So it's like that crazy. It's like they probably get it from like some what do you call it? Like Oriental Trading or something, and then mark it up crazy. It's something like that. But okay, hang on. Okay, Zach, we'll get to that. We will get to that. Just hang on real quick. Eor says, WTF, I saw an ad when I opened the stream. Why do I get another one so quickly? I think it has to do with pre-roll, the pre-roll ads, and then there are 90-second ad breaks that will hit. And so if you're not a subscriber, you're going to get those ad breaks no matter what. And then if an ad hasn't ran recently, then the pre-roll ads are also going to hit. So like I can see right now, I know this is boring to everybody. I can see right now that there's another ad that's going to run in 15 minutes. I'm going to snooze that. So that pushed it back like 20 minutes, or that pushed it back to 20 minutes. But maybe what we can do is like at a certain point run strategically, we can run another 1:30 ad, and then it'll make it ad free, I think, for the rest of the stream. It's something like that. So I'm trying to figure that out, but sorry that happened to you, Eor. Just know that when it hits, bro, and you watch it, I get that Taco Bell money, and that's a good thing. Come in. Somebody just knocked on my door. Dude, everybody's out of school, everybody's out of work. So like the hooligans, I've got cousins right here right now. I've got a friend had to drop their kid off, so there's hooligans running. So who knows what's gonna happen, guys? It's okay, whatever happens. Let me see. Electric says, my wife always says she has enough presents, and then it's like, oh shoot, birthday presents. Guess not. Yeah, dude, I know that. Jake says, Rob punished us because I was on to him about his Taco Bell sponsorship. Dude, I need that 5-layer burrito in my coffers, bro. I need that Taco Bell. Nightbot on our side. Oh my gosh. Yoar says, I used to get ads coming like once per hour. Yeah, that might have been before I was, oh my gosh. Look at this dude right here. Look at that. Coming in with a gifted membership from Zach to EOR. Dude, EOR, look at you. Now, forget about it. Now you don't get to see those Taco Bell ads, and that's a shame. That is a shame. Oh, Zach, you're the man. Thanks for doing that, dude. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, they don't have Taco Bell in Germany? Dude, I thought this was international. You don't get to think outside the bun in Germany. Dude, that's Okay, hang on. Have you ever had Taco Bell, Eeyore? And like, what is the cuisine like in Germany? Okay, like what kind of stuff do you guys rock over there? You know, like it's like when I think about here, it's like if we need something quick, I got like a Chipotle, I got a Habit, which if you don't know what Habit is, it's just like burgers. It's like they're good burgers. We got In-N-Out, we got like Panda Express, we got all that stuff kind of around here. But dude, the idea that you guys don't have Taco Bell there is kind of mind-blowing. I don't know. Electric is over on YouTube blaming Master Higgins. Seems legit. I like it. Dude, Jake, hit me up right now in the chat. Retro Survivor today? People need to tune in. I need to know about that. All right, let's see here. Eeyore says we don't have Mexican-style fast food restaurants. Oh, dang. Okay. I mean, I could see that, I guess. You know? Like, especially living in California, the proximity for us is unmatched. You know what I mean? So, like, dude, like, even, like, mom-and-pop Mexican restaurant places around here are, like, there's so many of them, and it's hard to, like, choose what's the best because there's so much good stuff. Oh, my gosh. It's so good. Like, there's one, literally, like, 3 blocks from my house that the breakfast burritos are ridiculous. They're so good. Oh, my gosh. There it is. Jake says, Retro Survivor, 4 p.m. CST. Y'all come get rowdy. I will try to be there. It's a little harder when my schedule's a little wacky, but if I can't, I will at least pop in and cast my vote. There you go. Eeyore says we have the standard McD's and Boiga. You got that Boiga King? The way you type that is the way that I say it, and I love that. It's KFC, Subway, but they're rare. We have lots of restaurants, though. Sure, yeah. Okay, interesting. Dang, that's wild. Like, I would imagine... It's wild to me that you guys have a KFC over a Taco Bell. But there you go. Electric says Wyoming has Taco Bell and also Taco John's. What the heck is Taco John's, dude? Is that like some kind of like regional thing? Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay, we're gonna keep mixing it up in this chat right now. I love that. Let's keep it going. But Zach did bring up something. He sent me something that honestly it was like the Christmas gift. It was like a late Christmas gift that I didn't realize I was going to receive. I don't know if I can play it on here. Maybe, okay, hang on. Maybe what we can do is I can pull up the video, but we can show stills. I won't play the video. I'll just go to certain parts and then I'll pause it. See FedEx, dude? That FedEx sponsorship just go by? Gotta get that FedEx money. Freaking FedEx. Get out of here. Okay, hang on. Real quick, though. Frodo. Yo, dude, dropping in just to say hi. Merry Christmas. Dude, good to see you, man. Hope things are going well for you. Good to see you guys. I really appreciate you guys, like, staying engaged, and especially over on the Discord. I always feel like I said at the beginning, this time frame, I always feel like I eject just a little bit because of how busy things get, and so it's really cool to see people still mixing things up. And as the new year comes, I kind of like I'm always there. I'm always checking things, and I'm always available, but I kind of like dive in once we get to the new year. So, Frodo, I've been MIA for a bit, but you're back. Yeah, dude. I know the busyness. I know how it goes, man. Ace of Spades, howdy, what's up? Are you late? Nah, dude, you're good. You're good. We're only 15 minutes in, and we're chilling today. I could jump into some Batman. Maybe we'll get there, but I'm more so like there's so many things I want to talk with you guys and catch up about, and even I'm just a little bit under the weather, so I'm like, let's just chill. I know that the title of the stream is flipping through some retro Marvel comics. I do at some point. It would be cool to get to this too, As you guys know, that over kind of the holiday time, my father-in-law passed away, and one of the cool things that he always had, and he would talk to me about, is he had this like collection, and I didn't realize they're basically, I think they're all Spider-Mans. I think he was a big Spider-Man fan, but he had these comics that he like held on to for a long time, and I don't remember where he got them, but like this one is, I think this is like 1974, and I thought it'd be cool to just kind of like check them out and go through them with you guys, because I really haven't gone through them too much. One of the things, and we'll get to it, one of the things that I love about these old comics too is like the ads, like the little ad pages. Oh my gosh, we'll talk about it. It's so cool. I love it. So we'll get to that. Dude, SAC Gamers Expo, I want to talk about that. That was rad. Okay, hang on. Let me go to Discord. Let me go to my DMs with Zach. Let me open this link that he sent to me. Oh, what? Bro. Let me see if this pops up for you guys. Look at this. Sorry, this post has been removed by Reddit's legal operations team. Dude, we're getting ready to deal in some black market stuff, bro. Okay, never mind. Here's what I'll say, Zach. If you're here and you can get me an updated link, DM it to me on Discord, and then we'll pull it up. Even if it's like some stills or something. All I have to say is Zach sent me something that is a Avengers Doomsday teaser leak that, dude, it's just making all my dreams come true. You know what it is. You know what it is. All my dreams are going to become a reality. You guys are going to be here for it. That's all you need to know. Oh my God, let me see what we got. Let me see here. Ethan, let me get caught up here. Ethan says, I don't know if you changed something, but the stream is looking crispy. Dude. Finally, somebody noticed. Oh, baby. Yeah, can I tell you what, can I nerd out for 30 seconds and tell you what I did? One, I wanted to sit down today because I'm not feeling great, but this camera that I have, this is the Razer Kio Pro 4K something. I've had it for a while. Out of the box, the auto settings on this thing are kind of garbage, but here's what I did. I have two lights right here, okay? This one is kind of like my key light, and then I got one over here that kind of like is a little bit of a filler, and then I've got a couple of bar lights that do color. So with this guy, part of one of the issues that I had with it is I felt like the autofocus was not great, but I've turned it on and it seems to be working. So we're figuring it out. The autofocus, I think, is working pretty well. But number one thing that changed it all, you got to turn off the auto exposure on this, and then I kicked the exposure way down. So this right now, like in the settings, it's like -7. Okay, actually, let me show you guys. And like this can be like even like Jake. These are like settings you can go in and mess with and stuff like that. So if I go in here, let me show you a couple things in real time. So is this going to adjust in real time? Yeah. Okay. So this is like the natural exposure. Okay. And you see how like you start to get this ghosting? It's weird. And I think it has everything to do with like the sensor and the shutter speed and all that kind of stuff. So as you start to kick the exposure down, close up that shutter a little bit. Look at that. It starts to get crispy. If I took it like way down and fired my lights way up, I don't like, you start to get a diminishing return. Okay, but like you find that sweet spot and you get your lighting right, and she starts to crisp right up. So there you go. So that's part of it. You just got to get in and tweak your settings and get all wild. All right, let me see what else we got here. EOR says, I beat Star Ocean second story yesterday. I thought I was done with my 50 games challenge, but I was only at 48. Dude, you're so close. Dude, just pick something. I don't know if you have like a set list, but just pick something easy. Get those last two in, buddy. Let's see here. Electric says it's Midwest Plain states for Taco John's. Oh my god. Okay. Dude, let me see here. South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, and Montana. Out of all of those, I probably most likely would go to Colorado. Dude, I might have to get me some Taco John's, bro. Give it a shot. Oh, okay. You also says I beat a Kirby game. Now I'm at 49. I'll get to number 50. Dude, you can do it. Heck yeah. Jake says father-in-law left you retro gold. Bro is a legend. Heck yeah, dude. No truer words. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're getting caught up here. Autofocus kind of camera using my man. It's the Keo. Honestly, there's probably way better that you can get. It's the Keo Pro. I'll send you a link. Razer Keo Pro Ultra. But I'll text you a link after the stream. Something like that. Okay, Zach sent me the link. Okay, on Discord. Let me see what we got here. Okay, view spoiler. Okay, all right. I think we can do this without causing a ruckus. If something happens, and for some reason we're not allowed to do this, and they shut us down, I will be back. We'll figure this out. Okay. Also, let me just say, if you're like trying to go spoiler free on Doomsday, we're just over here getting hyped. So maybe like take a break for 5 minutes or something. Okay. Oh, was that? Could you guys see? Oh, dude, look, you guys can see my whole back end. Pun intended. All right. So this was a little something that Zach sent me. I'm just going to kind of scrub through here a few things you can see. Some of the quality's garbage. If you can't read what that says, I believe it says Xavier School for the Gifted. So as we go forward a little bit, you get the wheelchair with the X on it. Okay, then you get this little thing where somebody blurry in the background and this little chess piece lifts up. Okay. And then you get this, moment where this like dude reaches his hand over and then like another guy reaches his hand and we see that it's, the professor and then he's hanging out with Gandalf. So there's going to be like a crossover, I think is what we're finding. I think it's canon now that Marvel and Lord of the Rings take place in the same timeline. Okay. And then, oh my gosh, XP Legacy, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Then, oh my gosh, then we get this. Oh my Lanta. He's ripping off the visor. And then, dude, he just lets it unleash. Oh, we get more than that, though. Where's, like... Yeah, this is... I mean, you'll have to go find this and take a look at it if you want to see it in as much glory as you can. But, dude, it's Cyclops in the blue and yellow. Okay? It's all there. The time has come. My boy, James Marsden. It's going to don the blue and yellow. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. The one thing I will say is people, when you watch this, people have kind of commented back here that this looks like feet. So I don't know if that's like a Galactus thing. I don't know if that's like a Sentinel situation, but it looks like somebody's walking. Something big is walking. And then we get this little thing that says the X-Men will return in Avengers Doomsday. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so sick. Like just for that. Honestly, I don't care what else happens. Just give me like 90s X-Men in their gear, getting just in freaking James Marsden, dude. I was talking with, I think it was my buddy Eric. I was talking with him about it, and I was just saying, like, after the way that he finally got treated and got his glow up in X-Men 97, I'm like, they got to do him right in this one, dude. I can't wait. It's going to be so sick. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Ethan says, "Oh, my phone's dying. I'll tune back in when I'm home. If you're still going, y'all have a great day. If I'm in, oh, good to see you, bro. Yeah, I'll be going for at least another 30 minutes. So we'll see. Zach says, last week a trailer leaked including Thor, and it got uploaded today officially. So assumingly, this one will be out next week in full glory. Oh, dang. Okay. So we'll get like the 4K trailer. Oh my gosh. If James Marsden dies again, I'm going to flip a coin, buddy. Dude, I wonder... Dude, okay, this just came to me. So if you've seen Deadpool and Wolverine, we got Wolverine kind of telling the story about why he wears the yellow suit in that movie. I wonder, are we going to get... Is this sort of like a glimpse of him, like the story that he shared in Deadpool and Wolverine? I wonder, are we getting to see it in live action, or is this like something else in a different timeline? But gosh, I can't wait. Can't freaking wait. The one thing I will say is, in some of the things I've seen, it looks like it's the like, let's see if I can pull this up here. Let's see, Cyclops, Avengers, Doomsday. Okay, because I feel like I've seen some still frames, and I don't know if they're real. We can look at this, like this kind of stuff. This isn't going to get us in trouble. Here, let's do this. Okay. So, like, I mean, you see this, like that. Oh my gosh, look at that, dude. Like, even, like, the way they did the fabric and stuff, like, that looks sick. Because this actually looks like it's from that little trailer. Although, is he, like, grown up, like, chops? Like Wolverine style chops right there? Or is that all dirt? That was one of the things I wondered about, too. So, yeah, the thing that I saw that I wondered about, I don't see it here. Like, this looks like a... Oh, that might be like an AI thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. The thing I saw looked like he had more of... where's it at? Let me see if I can... Like, okay. It almost looked like he had, like, this visor. Like the silver... or like gunmetal visor, but with the blue and yellow. And so that's, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that's the one thing I will say is like, I kind of hope that it has more of this vibe, where they at least give him like the full-on yellow visor also. But, dude, beggars won't be choosing, bro. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Zach says, is this the Cyclops from that Wolverine? Dude, maybe. Because if I remember correctly, doesn't he basically kind of say, like, in Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine, like, doesn't he almost have, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's like endeared to that Cyclops, where he almost like regrets, like he can see the merit of the things that Cyclops was trying to do, and he kind of regrets not being more on board with it almost. Maybe I could be telling tales out of school. I don't know. Yeah, it's such a shame you can't play the video. The noise of the optic blast is insanely satisfying. I know, dude. I do think that if I do, that'll be one of the things that'll get us. Dude, I've never seen that thing where that said, like, the Reddit legal team pulled it down. Holy cow. That's legit. That's a thing. Blue team. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, blue team and gold team. Which, okay, that brings me... Okay, talking about like blue team and gold team. Oh hang on. There's an ad that's ending right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so talking about blue team and gold team, if I remember correctly, the comics didn't Cyclops led blue team, and then was it Storm led the gold team? I could be wrong, but I know there was some talk at a certain point about Cynthia Erivo, aka Elphaba from Wicked. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Jake does again. Might stir the pot a little bit. What do you think of Stranger Things Volume 2? Dude, I'm so glad you asked me that. We're going to talk about that in a second. There was like some talk about her being cast as Storm. And I know there's been like a hubbub. Some people hate the idea. Some people love the idea. I initially, when I heard that, I was like, man, I don't know. But I have come around. I think that Cynthia Erivo as Storm could be pretty sick. I don't hate the idea. I like it. Okay. Hang on. EOR says, did you know Jubilee was turned into a vampire when Twilight became a thing? What? No. Did they made that like a plot for the comic or something? Hang on a second. Let's look this up. Jubilee vampire X-Men. Oh, dang. Let's see. Let's do this. Is this what we're talking about right here? Vampire. Marvel crucified. An X-Men cartoon favorite. That looks like... That could be her. Right there, dude. That looks very vampiresque. Dang. I had no idea. That's wild. Jubilee. Yeah. Shelf says there was a What If comic where Wolverine was a vampire. Oh, really? See, dude, I missed all that stuff. Okay. Jake dies again. Stranger Things, Volume 2. Talking about Season 5 here. Let's talk about some Stranger Things. We got the finale, the series finale, coming tomorrow. I don't want to get into any spoilers, just because I know that not everybody's caught up, and so Shelf says you have to dip out if we're talking Stranger Things. Here's what I'll say, Shelf. My promise to you, I will not spoil anything. Okay, I will talk in code to anybody who, and I'll speak in generalities. Okay, if that helps. What I will say is I am a big fan of Stranger Things. The only thing that I thought was a little bit of a hiccup in the series as a whole was there's elements of season 2 that I didn't really jive with, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me. There was parts of it that I just was like, this is weird. I'm not digging this as much. I thought season 3 was great, and I really loved season 4. Pretty much top to bottom, I thought season 4 was great. Season 5 I know that there's some controversy, dude. Like, there's people kind of razzing the cast and like saying that people didn't do a good job, and I just do not feel that at all. I have loved I've loved everything about season 5. All of the reveals and everything I think have been great. I loved it. I will say there was I want to be delicate about this. In the last episode, there was a moment that I don't have anything against it. It just felt out of place. It felt a little heavy-handed. It felt a little out of place. And it felt a little just kind of like shoehorned, I guess. Shoehorned in, if I had to put it a certain way. And there's a part of me that's almost like, no duh. Like, we all know, one. And two, I don't know, dude. It's like you're this close to the culmination of everything. This, if we were gonna broach this, it's like, it feels like something that we should have done like 5 or 6 episodes ago. The one thing I will say, because I read an article, like I Googled it kind of to be like, okay, what's going on here? Like, what's the vibe here? Why? What I did read that made me go, okay, I can kind of see that, is that without, like, I'm not going to get into the weeds too much with it, but like, it was kind of it was almost like the one thing that could be used against them, and to like address it, like almost like disarms the harm that it could be used for, if that makes sense, in the story. So I'm like, well, okay, I guess that makes sense. You know, I'm cool with that. So yeah, I know there was like some people who were like really like, this ruined it. I'm like, no, I don't feel that at all. But it did just feel like a speed bump that was just kind of like, huh, okay, well, I guess so. Cool. Yeah, maybe when we get maybe next week, we'll go hard on just like full on spoiler talk, because I have a lot to say about it, but I am such a, like, I hate spoilers, and so I can totally honor that for somebody like Shelf, where it's like, I think there's something so powerful about experiencing a storytelling moment in the way that the creator wanted you to, versus like reading about it or hearing about it and then seeing it. You know what I mean? So there's that. Shinji, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Glad you're here, brother. Electra says, I agree, Rob. Totally agree with that part that you're talking about. It wasn't needed, and it was the wrong time. Jake says, from my ex account, you would think there could be mobs in the streets with pitchforks and torches. Oh my gosh. Besides the big elephant you're talking about, what do you think about the writing and show in general in season 5? Okay. This might be a little bit of a hot take. And I hate, not everything is a hot take, so I don't know why I have to say it's a hot take, because it's probably not a hot take. Okay. Oh, dang, Shinji, man, T2 No Fate sucked. Oh, dude, we'll talk about that too. Oh my god, it's been so long since I got to hang out with you guys. We got so much to talk about. Okay, the writing and the show in general in season 5. Okay, here's what I'll say. I am usually when it comes to like the writing for stuff like this, I'm a little bit, I'm usually pretty critical about that. With this, there are things that I'm identifying. Okay, like for instance, like in the previous seasons, it always felt like, and this isn't a spoiler at all, so like I think this is fine. In the previous seasons, Dustin is always the one who sort of like things click,
You know what I mean? It's like they'll kind of hit a standstill, and then something will happen, and then like Dustin will just like click, and he'll have like an epiphany that'll sort of like unlock the next, you know, for them to make progression. In season 5, it almost feels like in every episode, that is somebody's role. It's like every single episode, they'll like hit some sort of a speed bump, and then it'll be some random weird reference, and then like Robin will be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this? And then it's this huge exposition, and everybody's like, oh yeah, that's a great plan, let's try it, and then it works. You know what I mean? And then it's like Steve, you know, they're having an argument, and then Steve overhears something, and then he's like, oh my gosh, I have this epiphany, blah, 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 blah. And so there is that, but it also kind of, so in general, I would usually experience something like that and be like, oh my gosh, dude, this is so campy and like, I don't know, just like cheesy. But for some reason, for me at least, with Stranger Things, it works. And it might have to do with kind of that 80s campy vibe. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, yeah. I've identified that. And usually I would have a problem with it. For some reason with this, I think I'm just so invested that I'm like, I love it. I can't wait to see what happens. You know what I mean? I will say, again, no spoilers. There's one character who has been like, for me, in every other season has been like, whatever, dude. And then in this season, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. Like my favorite moments where literally I'm watching it and something happens and out loud I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Not in my head, like out loud. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that character this season, easily probably my favorite. So I'll just say that. And then, yeah, like no spoilers, but the addition of like a certain bad guy that's like a little bit of a reference to the 80s. I was like, oh, is that who I think it is? And then of course it is. I'm like, oh, that's sick. But yeah, it's cool to see that. Okay, let's see. Zach says the vibe of the stream is great and honestly feel like makes the Retro Years reband feel so right. Oh, dude, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Jake says, I agree, Zach. We're just vibing about a show set in the 80s and cutting it. Yes. Dude, Sour Cream Sanchez, what's up? What's up, Rob? Cool shirt. Dude, I wear this for you. This is the Taking Back Sunday Eagle shirt. I bought this shirt on Etsy for you. For an audience of one. There you go. My wife likes when I wear it too, because it reminds her of the old band days. Jake says, I saw a Reddit post. Fun drinking game. Take a shot every time someone uses a random prop to exposition. Exactly, dude. Oh my gosh. It's I will say again, no spoilers, just very generalities. The explanation of kind of what, or the greater explanation of what the Upside Down is, I think is awesome. Again, like there was people that were like, what? Oh, I don't like that, or that's weird. I thought it was sick. Again, next week we'll talk like maybe next week will be like dedicated to kind of just like running it down, because again, all the stuff involved with that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's rad. I love that. That's so cool. So, let's see. Sour Cream says, hey Rob, let's quit our day jobs and open up a Somali daycare. I don't know what that's a reference to, but it feels weird. Oh my gosh. Zach says, if you bought the shirt if you bought the shirt for him on Etsy, why are you wearing it? Oh my gosh. Electric says, I hear they're profitable. Okay, there's a reference going on here that I do not understand, and okay. Okay, what else? Trying to think if there's any other things with
Stranger Things. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, there is one more thing I'll mention. I will say, if there's one thing, if there's one thing that I wish maybe season 5 had a little more of, is I appreciate when I think of like shows that really like resonated with me, like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. What I love, some of the things that I love the most about those shows is that there were characters that you were pretty confident were safe, I guess. Like that they had plot armor, you know what I mean? But minus maybe one or two people, like nobody was safe. And then even those ones that you thought for sure had plot armor, sometimes they would surprise you, dude. And like you'd be like, what? And I think that's the one thing I would say with Stranger Things is that I wish, I get why the stakes aren't necessarily that high, because it does have that kind of 80s Goonies vibe, where the vibe even then wasn't necessarily that you would lose characters. But I think that's maybe one of the big things is, I would say there was times when I just thought, man, like, I wish there's more stakes, might be the way to put it. But who knows, maybe the last episode is going to surprise the heck out of us. I wouldn't mind that. Put it that way. Wouldn't mind that. Jake says, I've been there since the beginning. I am disappointed with season 5, but I'll be watching the finale in theaters to finish it out as a fan. Oh, dang, dude. Yeah, we'll have to talk. We'll have to talk details next week, because I'd be interested to hear. Dude, maybe freaking me and Jake at some point need to do a collab stream, and we can just break it down. You know what I mean? We'll figure that out. Sour Cream says, hey, for real though, how's Gabbo doing? We wish him well and sending prayers to him. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay, so Sac Gamers Expo. I went and did, I got to go do the Saturday only, and Shelf, yes, we are done. Yes. Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, I got to do Sac Gamers Expo. I did the Saturday only, and dude, it was great. It was a really cool experience. I had gone, was it maybe 3 years ago? It was Josh and I. And this time it was, I went and did it solo. And it was really cool. This time, one of the things that I decided to do that was kind of going to be like, it was kind of just going to be the part of what I was going to do, but it ended up just like basically taking the whole time, was I said, okay, kind of walking around the floor is like, that's cool, but it's not necessarily my vibe anymore. Like, I'm not looking to buy a bunch of stuff and collect a bunch of stuff, and that's really what the floor is a lot of vendors and stuff, which is great, but it's just not what I'm jazzed about. For me, it's like I want to hang out and connect with people and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, they give you the option to have a table, and everybody's got their tables. And with the tables, like, everybody sits on one side, and then the people approach. And that's just like the way you do a table. That's fine. That's cool. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. This time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up I brought literally the TV from my bedroom, and I set it up on the table, facing into the crowd. And I got 2 chairs on that side of the table, and I hooked up the RP5 with a couple of Bluetooth controllers. And then I fired up a game, and then I stood there and I said, hey, I need a player too. Who's going to come play? And so it was basically just like drop-in couch co-op. And it was really, really cool. I got to hang out with the first guy who popped in, and I have like footage of it. I'll cut it up and do some stuff with it.
But the first guy I got to hang out with, his name was also Rob. So we played, I think we played a little bit of Turtles in Time together, which was great. I sat down with a guy named Joe, who joined the Discord. I don't think he's here today, but he came and jumped in and on the Discord, and we played a little AVP, the arcade game. And he walked me through the idea that he has for a console that he wants to release, which is pretty insane. So that was cool. I did it. There was the guy next to me. You might have heard of him. He's a musician, and he does like video game stuff and like punk, ska, chiptune mashup type stuff. And he goes by Loser, spelled Louser. Loser. And so he was the table right next to me. And so he has this character that joins him on stage called Showbot. And so Showbot actually sat in, and we played all the way through the Simpsons arcade game, which was really fun. And so I have that footage that I can cut up and do something with. And then, dude, there were just like some kids that popped in, and I decided not to record them because they were younger. Like, there's one kid that kept popping in who probably was like 12, and I was like, you know what? Like, if they're underage, like, I'm not going to record them. Like, we'll just hang out and play, and that was cool. And there was one. I wish I could have recorded it. He had to have been like 9 or 10. This little guy, his name was Isidore, and he had never played Super Mario World. And so we fired up Super Mario World, dude, and it was one of the coolest experiences to have him experiencing it in real time and figuring out how to play and seeing him like overcome. There's like, I think it's like, okay, so like when you play, so when you start Super Mario World, okay, if you go this way, you hit the one level and then you go up and you can hit the yellow switch. But if you go this way, you hit a level, and then the next level, I believe it is the one that is a water level. And it's not like a true water level. There's all the platforms, but it has like the water at the bottom with like the spikes floating by. So you can stay out of the water the whole time if you know what you're doing. But like that level to him was the one where he's like, and when we did it in the turns, I ended up beating it, but he's like, I want to do it. And he played through it like 3 or 4 times. And like by the 4th time, there's a crowd. We're like cheering him on, and he's doing it, and he ends up beating the level. It was one of those moments where I'm like, oh, it would have been an amazing, like such a heartwarming video. But like I said, that one maybe was just for all of us there. But like literally like cheering for him, being like, Isidore. Oh, it was so cool, dude. It was so, and he was like just like the coolest little guy, like very just like really cool. You know what I mean? Just a cool little guy. It was really fun. So that was like probably one of my favorite memories of being there. And then dude, Gabbo, got to see Gabbo. He was doing really good. I do have some footage that I'll cut up where we did sit and play some Street Fighter 2. And here's what I'll say. He took me to school. Dude, he packed me a lunch. He wrote me a note for gym class. Okay? He made sure my homework was done. He took me to the drop-off lane, and he took me to school. But he did not win every round. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. It was not a complete annihilation. So I'll cut that up and put that on there. But no, dude, he was doing really good. We did some stuff on camera, and then we just got to hang out and talk, and gave me an update on his health and stuff. And so seems like he's doing much better. And it was really cool to get to hang with him and just connect and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, super fun. Super fun. I'll put it this way. I will not be surprised if at future expos, I'm not saying I'm the first one to do it. Somebody has probably done something like this, but I will say I will not be surprised if at future expos you see other people doing a setup similar to that, because the interaction and the vibes of it is, at least for me, so much cooler, so much better than just like sitting behind a table and hoping someone will come talk to you. You know what I mean? It was very cool. I loved it. Zero Fighter 79 says, now I really regret not going to the expo. It was raining that day and it was going to be a long drive for me. I wanted to go just to say hi to you, maybe someday. Zero Fighter. Here's what I'll say. I am planning on going back next year. I'll leave it up to Chris to make some announcements. But I will be going. I plan on going back next year. If they'll have me back, I'll be there next year again. I don't see why they wouldn't. I feel like it was a very cool vibe and experience that I created there. So that was really cool. All right, dude, I think that's it. We didn't get to any comics, but we're getting close to time. Let's see here. Dude, I feel like I need to blow my nose on that too. I'm getting all nasally. Okay, so a couple things to wrap it up. Obviously, Game of the Month Club. You got like a day. Batman, Final Fantasy Adventure. If you haven't finished those, you got a day. Here's what I'll say, dude. Final Fantasy Adventure was different than I expected. I think it'd be cool as a community to kind of like create some kind of a average rating system where we can all kind of chime in. Maybe over in the Discord Game of the Month Club channel. Maybe we'll talk about how we could do like some kind of a rating system, because I think it'd be cool to have something we can look back on and just as a community see what games did we like, what did we not like, and stuff like that. So we'll figure that out. What I will say is Final Fantasy Adventure was different than I expected, and I just kind of wasn't enjoying it as much. I'll put it that way. Batman is a butt kicker, dude, so I don't think I'm going to actually finish it, but that's the way it goes. I know Mr. Barry McBareface over on the Discord has been trucking away on Batman, so good for you, dude. I appreciate you chiming in on that. For next month, two things we're going to do. One, there are some longer games that I want to get into, but as we talked about it on Discord, a month may not be enough time. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all snotty over here. Specifically Final Fantasy Tactics. I love that game. I've gotten close to the end, but I've never actually finished it. And so I'm thinking what we're going to do is like maybe like a game of the quarter and have something that's more of like a long frame. So something like Tactics that we can invest in over the course of a couple of months. And you can play at your own pace. So I think that we're going to probably start that one. Again, we'll have some official announcements in the Game of the Month Club. But for the January selections, I think we're going to do two. And it's going to be gamed. My birthday is coming up January 17th. I'll be 42 years young. So I think for January, we're going to do games that I received as gifts as a kid. Specifically, there's going to be a Super Nintendo selection and an N64 selection. So, and if you've been in the community for any amount of time, you probably can decipher what those are. Games that I received as gifts, Super Nintendo, N64. But that official announcement will come via the Discord probably tomorrow. So we'll do that. All right, my dudes. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me. It was good to see you after a couple of weeks. Again, I hope your Christmas was awesome and that you're getting some much-needed rest and some cool time with the family. Happy New Year. Whatever you do, have fun. Be safe out there. 2026. Really quick, 2025, my goal was, I said, hey, I'm going to choose joy. I'm going to choose to just give myself over to things that bring me joy, regardless of how childish they might be. You know what I mean? And it's been a good year. And in this next year, the thing that in a lot of areas of my life, whether it's content creation, my professional life, the relationship, family dynamics and relationships that I have, the thing that keeps coming back to me is I need to be bold. I need to be willing to be uncomfortable, be willing to take chances, be courageous at times when I would rather ignore things or kick a can down the road or be passive about certain things. You know? There's not to get too much in the weeds right here at the end, but one of the things that I kind of read about and that we kind of talked about in this Advent season is there's a big difference between peacekeeping and peacemaking. And peacekeeping can sometimes look like passivity. It can sometimes look like compromise, not in a good way. And keeping the peace is not always the best move. Peacemaking, though, is something that's active and sometimes even requires some courage, some boldness. It requires maybe doing stuff that's really uncomfortable and ugly, or even just like messy to make peace. And so that's one of the things I've been thinking about a lot too. So boldness in this next year. Be bold. Yeah. So it's gonna suck, but we're gonna do it because it's easier to just not, you know what I mean? So there you go. So yeah, whatever the new year holds for you, I hope you ring it in a great way, and it's safe and fun and all that good stuff. Let me see a couple of last things here. Zero Fighter says Happy New Year. Shinji, Happy New Year. Yes to all of you guys. Electra says have a good day, guys. See you in the Discord. Heck yeah. Jake says good time vibing with you, Rob. I'll see a lot of you over an hour. I'll see you, a lot of you, in about an hour over on YouTube. Yes, Retro Survivor coming up 4 p.m. Central over with Jake Dies Again. So be there. Be there. Jake says blessed are the peacemakers. Oh, snap. Dude, somebody gets it. Somebody freaking gets it. You know what? Something else that I want to be good about is raiding somebody at the end of a stream. I always suck at that, and I always forget. So I don't know who to raid. If somebody knows somebody right now, throw it in the chat. We will raid them. But let's see. In the meantime, I'm just browsing randomly. We're looking for somebody maybe who doesn't have a lot of viewers. Let's see. What about... Oh, we can do similar or smaller size. Or no, let's do like retro. How do we... Oh, category. There we go. Let's say retro. Who's doing that retro goodness? Who do we got? Whoops. Crud. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not great at this. Dang it. Okay, let's see. Who do we got here? Again, if you got somebody that you're like, yes, let's raid that person, throw it in the chat, and I will do it. How about... Oh my gosh, I'm so congested right now. Yeah. Oh, that says... I almost went with that guy, but it says he's running a rerun. We're not going to do that. Don't worry, we're going to find somebody. And again, whoever we go to, if I don't know them, you go over there at your own risk. Just be aware of that. Oh man. Oh gosh. I sound like one of those like when you watch a period film and there's like some old guy who has a cough and you're like, oh, he's gonna die by the end of this movie. That's what I feel like I sound like. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Dude, all these people are too big. Okay, here's one. Okay. I don't know who this is. Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, there's so much pressure. I want to pick somebody that's going to be awesome. Playing one of the scariest games in the world. No. All right, I don't know who this is. Okay, here we go. We're going to raid this person. Okay. Their name is, again, you go at your own risk. I don't know anything about this person, but we're just going to do something again. This person is called Agent Wyvern. They're playing, it looks like maybe they're speed running Castlevania. So, I don't know I have no idea who this person is, but see what happens. Rock and roll. All right. 5 seconds. All right, we'll see you over there. Peace out, y'all. There it is.